decided to go ahead and jump back into the VOD and rewatch yesterday's stream, or at least parts of it. And one of the parts I watched was me experimenting with this dry brushing. And I was like, oh, I really want to keep going with that, you know? So that's why I'm on it today instead of starting my new build. I did say on the title of my stream that I'd be doing some painting and then jumping into scratch building. So, and hopefully I will get that far today. I don't know. I don't want to go much longer than 3 hours today, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, this little bit of dry brushing is really going a long way. You know, I know that it's not showing up super awesome. Oh boy, that's a lot of paint right there. I know it's not showing up super awesome through the camera right here, but it is looking really good. Okay, get some more paint off of here. Again, just using the same spot. But I think people that watch makers and crafting streams understand that, you know, sometimes stuff doesn't quite look as good through the lens as it does in real life, so I'm not trying to stress it too much. Kind of thinking about forwarding this song. Like, who is not 100% burned out on this song? Kind of surprised I have it in this playlist. I guess we're pretty close to the end. I'll leave it. I have a fan on above me, and it's definitely drying out the paint faster than I'm kind of used to. It's just been so hot. It's 105 Fahrenheit today. So Celsius, that's going to be like 40, 41, something like that. It's brutal. And I have pretty good insulation in here, but it's still making its way. And without the fan, I'd probably be dying, especially because I have the cats in here and they are little furnaces. I don't know if you ever kept cats, you know they are 400 degrees all the time. That looks pretty cool, doesn't it? With the outline? Yeah, I'm feeling it. I've been really trying to kind of concentrate on attention to detail versus just kind of get stuff done and move on. I was really worried with the streams that people would be more interested in seeing kind of results. Even though I'm not that way, I try not to assume that people are the same as I am. But it seems like everyone is pretty cool with just the process, just having some good music and some kind of process to kind of hang out and glance up at from time to time. And I am well happy to facilitate that level of viewing. It's a little quiet in here today, though, must say. By this far into the stream yesterday, it was a raucous up in here. I think I need to get a little better with rating, making sure the other people in the crafting community know that I am with them. Yesterday, I was just like, I want to go. I just burned out, and so now it's time to leave, instead of given much thought into the raid. I was really lucky that Bruce Odyssey was on, so I had a place to go. But being that he wasn't actually doing his thing, he was just hanging out, I didn't stay, and I really should have. But I went too long yesterday, and so, like I said, I was just kind of burned out. So we'll do better today. I think once it gets to be about a half hour or maybe 20 minutes before I'm getting ready to call it a day, I'm going to start throwing out like, who should we raid? I'm still figuring it out, y'all. I've only been streaming for about a month, and only the last couple weeks would I say that I have my stream stuff kind of figured out. Boy, that is a lot of paint on there. Where did all that come from? Okay, let's clean that off. It's still a lot. How did that happen? Just trying to get the excess paint off before it has a chance to dry. Okay, that looks a little better. And I've just been dipping this Q-tip in the alcohol from time to time as it's drying out, because alcohol dries out quickly. Okay, I think that's about right. So I think I did rub off a little bit here. Oh. Oh, I am definitely hunching over the desk. Let's see what kind of cat party we're having out here. There's Owen. Yeah, we got Colby as well. Colby right there. Owen. It's cool to have these guys hanging out with me. I'm not used to having more than one of them at a time all up in here. Where are we at here? An hour. We're an hour in. Okay, that's good. So it must be like 120. Yep, it's 120 on the nose, basically. Okay. All right. I'm going to do the D20, the 20-sided die last. So I'm as practiced with this as I can be, because that's going to be real difficult. because you can see it's like a million different little angles. It's like 10 different little triangles or something. 10. Okay, reloading the brush. All right. Oh yeah, this paint is definitely drying out. I think there's just a little tiny bit of paint at the bottom of the pot. I think once I run that out, I will take a little break, clean the brush, reload the paint into the pot or the well or whatever it is. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. That looks so cool. Again, lurkers, thank you. Thank you for hanging out with me. You know, one thing I don't think the general public understands is that having people consistently in your stream, even if you're not chatting, actually helps out with the analytics, and it helps out with the way Twitch sees their streamers, as far as like how kind of useful how useful we are to them. And so even if you're not chatting, just hanging out is a big help to your favorite streamer. And I'm not saying I'm your favorite, but you know, just hanging out wherever it is you like to hang out is very helpful to them. Even if they're very busy, even if they have a lot of chatters, I really think that your support as a non-active participant in the stream is really important and really beneficial. And I don't think you'll run into any streamers that'll tell you different or have any bad stuff to say about a lurker, because we have to look at these analytics and see where we're at and how we're doing stream to stream, so we can change if we need to, or adapt, or I guess adaptation is changing. So all right, looks like this brush has about had it. Yep, that's probably it. So I'm going to go ahead and set this aside and get this brush into the water, let it soak for a little bit. And I'm going to clean out this pot. I'll just use this Q-tip with the alcohol on it, and I'll move to a new Q-tip and then wipe it. Okay, so when I come back, we'll reload the brush, we'll reload a new Q-tip, and we'll keep going. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, I'm going to put up my sign, and then I will take a quick break, and I will be right back. Need to stretch and grab a little caffeine. No one wants to hear this song. Let me go ahead and forward that before I leave. All right, that's better, right? Okay, I'm gonna mute the microphone. Okay, I am back. How did we like hearing that Michael Jackson tune? That was pretty cool. Before everything went nuts for Michael. Poor little Michael. All right, we got a good amount of people in. Appreciate you lurkers. Anyone wants to sound off and get involved in chat, it's be nice to talk to you, but if you're busy, I get you. Thank you for lurking. Right now we are doing dry brushing on these dice. We're just outlining the edges. I think it's coming out pretty nice. I'm just being real careful and not whatever, rushing through it, even though I kind of want to rush through it. I'm about ready for this project to be over. I keep saying that on the stream. Each little step that I add, I'm like, oh man, hopefully this is the last thing I got to do. I'm just cleaning my brush. I'm going to put that on screen here. I'm just, I'm pushing the brush up against the glass inside the water and twisting it. You can see we're getting a ring. There's still a ring of white. So I'm trying to kind of get that off a little bit. Not that that's a big deal. We're just going to reload it with some white. Sometimes you get to a point with these paintbrushes, you kind of just want to start over, you know, kind of get a good reset. Yeah, this white isn't really coming off. Not completely. It's okay. All right, so I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to reload my alcohol that I'm using on my Q-tip to brush off any kind of mistakes. Get that on there, and then I'm going to set up my other camera. I have a phone that I use to record my YouTube videos with. I want to get a little what they call B-roll footage of me doing some dry brushing. So probably, let's see, this guy is looking, is he done? Yeah, he needs a little bit more right there. So put that like that. But yeah, I think I'll do a little B-roll footage, dry brushing this 10-sided, and then turn that off. So let me turn this on. It's already set up, so I don't actually need to go anywhere or fuck with anything. I just gotta get everything started. And you'll see me as I'm working, I'll probably point things kind of towards the camera, the YouTube camera. And just so you know what I'm talking about, let me, like, this is on a tripod so I can tilt it. No, it won't show. I think I'll just leave it. You can imagine there's a camera up on this side, kind of facing the work area. That's what I'm talking about. And we are now recording over there. So let's go ahead and get some more paint. I left this out. So I was cleaning this brush, so I'm going to dry it off a bit first. Just on this little bit of kitchen roll I'm using. Paper towel if you're in the United States, otherwise kitchen roll. And I'll just get a little bit of paint. It's more than enough. Set that aside. Now I'm going to, just inside the palette here, I'm going to load this brush, get it really full of paint without pulling any extra. I'm just kind of tapping it along the side of the paint puddle here. Okay, so now that's loaded up. Let's show it to the other camera. It's loaded up. And then I'm going to pick a new spot. This right here is good. And I'm just going to wipe off a lot, if not really all of that paint. So now the brush is mostly free of paint. And I'm just going to very carefully go along the edge. do that in the benefit of the YouTube camera, kind of holding it in this direction. I'll try to keep it on Twitch stream camera. I am using my main cell phone as a camera for the Twitch stream, and then I have a secondary phone that I'm using to record the YouTube footage. It's not connected to a plan or anything. It's just a phone without a plan. So yeah, if you're thinking about getting into streaming, all you need is a phone or two. I have, like I said, I have my main cell phone recording the stream up here. I have a Logitech webcam mounted to the wall over here for my selfie cam. And that's all I really need. I mean, there's a fair amount of setup and figuring stuff out that goes along with that. You know, I have an app for my main camera. You can see right here the watermark. It's like right here. It says like Droid Cam, because I'm using the free version of that software. So there's a watermark, and also it's only going in 720 as opposed to 1080. So it's not super high resolution, but considering I'm going wireless and using a not the most powerful computer, just using a laptop with an i5 processor, it's a couple years old. You know, I don't really feel like I want to load up on different stuff that'll tax the computer. Okay, let's see. Looks pretty good. All right, so now I'm going to jump over to this percentile 10-sided. It says like it's a 0, 0. The 0, 0 did not come out very well because of the bubble. You can see it was on the mold. It was, let's see if I can tilt it in a way you can see. Make sure I'm pointing at the right spot. There it is, 0, 0. So this just sat down on top of, you know, I filled the mold with resin and then the lid kind of goes on top of it. So right at the top is where all the bubbles and stuff show up. So this 0, 0 did get a bubble, so it doesn't look awesome, but it's not too bad. You are the dancing queen. All right, so I'm going to kind of hold this over here for sake of the YouTube camera, and I appreciate you hanging out while I'm trying to do YouTube footage. If you're interested, I've had a YouTube channel for several years, and there is a lot of cool stuff on there. Well, cool, I think it's cool. You know, me making robots and me doing sculpting and different kinds of things. I'll throw a link right now. Let's see. YouTube. Oh,